Good morning, aspirant. You have opened the paper. You have 3 hours. And the very first Section A topic is one line long. No attribution, no question mark, no headline. That is where most scripts wobble. On the Essay Desk, Episode 4, we are going to walk through exactly the kind of topic UPSC now sets in Section A. A bare metaphorical aphorism. The sort a candidate reads twice and still does not know where to begin. The topic is Imagination is the country before the map. It belongs to the family of creativity, imagination, and art. A family the paper has visited in 2022, 2023, and 2025. And its heat for 2026 is recurring. In the next few minutes, I will show you how to read it, fix a one-line thesis, choose the dimensions, place the anchors, and open and close in a way that earns marks. Read the topic aloud, once, slowly. Imagination is the country before the map. Notice what it is not. It is not a question. It does not name a scheme. It does not point to a headline. It is a metaphor. The country before the map. That is your key. Your job today is to decode that metaphor and to build a full argument around a single line of thesis. Before we begin, one line of trend intelligence. This family, creativity, imagination, and art, has appeared in 2022, 2023, and 2025. Its heat is recurring, which means an aspirant preparing for 2026 should be able to argue at least one essay in this territory with confidence. The single most valuable minute in the whole 3 hours is the minute you spend decoding. Take your pen and underline 2 words: imagination, map. Imagination is the picture in a human mind before any evidence exists for it. The map is the measured record. Our laws, borders, dashboards, budgets, scientific instruments. So the topic is telling you that the country, the moral, lived imagined territory, comes before the map, the recorded, measured record. Do not paraphrase, decode. Ask what the tension is. Is imagination merely a decoration on the real world? Or is it the origin of the real world? That single tension is the spine of your essay. The next move is the thesis. Write it in one sentence and hold it to the end of the essay. Here is a workable thesis. Every institution, law and liberty, was first a picture in a human mind. So imagination is the prior act, and the map is only its slow acknowledgement, provided imagination is schooled by truth. Notice the shape. It takes a stand. Imagination is prior. It leaves room for a counter view, provided imagination is schooled. That last clause is not a hedge. It is honesty. A top essay does not sit on the fence, but it does not strawman the other side either. Fix your thesis and every paragraph must answer back to it. Now the body. Do not write one long argument. Write 6 or 7 movements. Each is a dimension. 1. The historical. Every republic was imagined before it was drawn. The French estates fell after a generation imagined equality. India's constitution was drafted only because a moral country had been laid out in prison cells and printing presses. 2. The cultural. Poets and storytellers are the keepers of the imagined country. 3. The scientific. A theory is imagined before it is measured. Even the hydrogen plant at Kalpakkam, inaugurated this June, began as a picture in an engineer's mind. 4. The ethical. Imagination is the moral capacity by which you cross into another life. 5. The counterview. The emergency was an imagined order that a whole generation paid for. And current AI research now shows that large models hallucinate because their training rewards a confident guess. 6. The ecological. Repairing the climate needs an imagined form of life, not only a scheme. Move through them so each answers a question the previous one raised. The order matters as much as the choice. Begin where a reader can see the point in a scene or a case, then rise into the more abstract. A useful sequence is historical, then cultural, then scientific, then ethical, then the counterview, then the contemporary or ecological, and finally back to the personal. Place your strongest counterview roughly 2/3 of the way in. That is when the reader is most engaged, and a fair concession there will lift your marks more than a dozen extra facts. Bridge each paragraph to the next with one line that carries the argument forward. Never write a paragraph that begins as though the previous one had not. 2 or 3 anchors, no more, and each one must be interpreted, not paraded. Anchor 1 is a scene. On the 26th of March 1974, at Rainy Village in the Garhwal Hills, Gaura Devi led 27 women to embrace the trees when the loggers arrived. What they defended was not just cedar and oak. It was a country of relationship they carried inside them. 6 years later, a national ban on felling above 1,000 meters began to draw that country onto the map. Anchor 2 is institutional. The Constitution of India, when it was drafted, was a receipt for a moral country long imagined. The map followed the country, not the other way round. Anchor 3 for the counterview is contemporary. In September 2025, OpenAI's own research paper argued that large language models hallucinate because their training rewards a confident guess over an honest, "I do not know." That is what imagination without discipline looks like. Notice how each anchor arrives, does one job, and then the essay moves on. This is the highest value slide. Nothing lifts a script more than a strong open and a strong close. Do not open with the dictionary definition of imagination. Avoid the tired, grand abstract openings. You know the 2 or 3 the examiner has read 1,000 times. Open with the 26th of March, 1974, in Rainy. 27 women, 12 days, a forest saved. Earn the metaphor with a lived scene, and only then state the topic. To close, do not summarize. Come back to the image with which you began. Bring the day's anchors together. The constitutional dream, Tagore's song, Gaura Devi's forest, an engineer's beam of light, a mother's picture of her child's future. Then the closing line. The map catches up. It always does. A callback ending lingers where a summary ending fades. Here is one closing line you can adapt in your own hand. The map is a servant, not the sovereign. The country in the imagination came first. In the constitutional dream of dignity, in Tagore's song, in Gaura Devi's forest, in a scientist's beam of light. If we abandon that country, no chart, however precise, will save us. And if we tend it well, no border, however hostile, will be permanent. The map catches up. It always does. You are welcome to use the shape, not the words. Craft your own closing image and let it sit in the reader's mind after the pen goes down. In 5 moves, then, 1. Decode the metaphor and name its two poles. 2. Fix a one-line thesis you can hold to the end. 3. Build 6 or 7 dimensions ordered from concrete to abstract, with the counterview engaged honestly. 4. Deploy 2 or 3 anchors as interpreted evidence, not decoration. 5. Open with a lived scene, not a definition, and close with a callback, not a summary. Practice these 5 moves on every abstract topic you attempt, and Section A will stop being the paper's ambush. That is where we will leave it today. The road you are walking is long, and it does not always feel like it moves. But every paragraph you rewrite is a mile you have added. The Essay Desk publishes a masterclass here every day. The full brief, 2 complete 1,000 to 1,200 word model essays with the examiner's margin commentary, goes to our subscribers 3 times a week, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If today's approach has been useful and you would like to receive the full brief, leave your email in a comment or write to team@upscdesk.com. Until tomorrow, aspirant, keep writing.